They said I had power, but what I had was a product. And every product expires. Let's talk about the unspoken market that every woman trades in, beauty. And what happens when that market turns against you. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Miss Wangui Muithathi, your personal finance and investment coach, and welcome back to my channel. And today, we go beneath the surface, deep into a dangerous myth that beauty equals power. I'll be exploring how women's looks are turned into money, influence, status, and then used against them. And most importantly, how to reclaim power that doesn't depend on your reflection. When you're 24, they tell you your face is your fortune. And for a while, you might believe it. But here's the problem. No one tells you what happens when your currency, that is beauty, starts to expire. They say beauty opens doors. But behind most of those doors are cages. And sometimes those cages come with champagne and compliments. Today, I want to tell you the truth about beauty, how it buys power, influence, attention, and also how it bankrupts so many of us in silence. Because when your face becomes your portfolio, have you ever stopped to think what happens to you when the market crashes? And eventually it will. You know, personally, at first, I didn't know that beauty was always a currency until the day a bus driver let me ride for free just because I wore lipstick. Remember, same route, same destination, but glasses and plain clothes? Nah. He looked through me. Red lipstick and a little perfume. All of a sudden, karibu mrembo. That's when I learned. Femininity, performed just right, buys comfort. And it didn't stop there. Interviews went smoother, men leaned in closer, even the waiters and the waitresses brought the bill slower. But here's the thing nobody warns you about. Once people associate your value with your looks, they stop seeing the rest of you. And eventually, over time, so do you. That's the first transaction. At some point in your life, beauty will give you access, but never ownership. I've watched women get jobs, gigs, gifts, just for existing in the right packaging. I've seen models turn girlfriends and girlfriends turned influencers, but very few of them turned owners. Every gift you get out there comes with expectations, whether you like it or not, whether you choose to see it or not. Nothing in this world is for free. Every compliment you get out there is collateral. Every room you enter, someone thought they paid for it. So you're not building wealth, you're spending your beauty. And here's the biggest problem that I have with beauty. It doesn't compound. No. So I'm right to say beauty is not an investment. Simply because it doesn't compound. It was never power, it was proximity to power. Until you age, or you rebel, or you gain weight, then the door slams shut on your face. Let's touch a little bit on the expiration date. One day, you'll turn 30, or even 35, 40. And I promise you the shift will be instant. The stares that you keep getting get shorter. The compliments that you're used to become rare. And eventually, younger girls start replacing you in rooms you once dominated. That's the expiration date. That's when you get to realize or you get to know that your expiration date is due. And suddenly, you understand that beauty is a depreciating asset. Just like a car, driven off the lot. When it's brand new and you're looking at it, oh, it's beautiful. You can't wait to have it. But the moment someone buys it and starts using it, we all know what happens. The value goes down, it starts depreciating, and the price becomes lesser and lesser. The pressure to stay young, it's not vanity, it's economic panic. So are you in panic mode? Because in a world where your face becomes your fortune, then it simply means pimples, wrinkles are bankruptcy. I've seen friends financing surgeries, freezing eggs, going into debt just to stay relevant. But the real question was never, how do I stay beautiful? It was, why is this the only capital that we're told to build? Why can't we build something else? All that comes with an emotional price tag. And that's the problem. There's a kind of poverty that nobody talks about. It's not financial, but spiritual. The poverty of measuring your worth in likes, follows, views, and other people's compliments. Of shrinking yourself to fit into someone else's fantasy. That's spiritual poverty. You lose hours and hours to makeup routines, gym regimens, and bleaching creams. You spend energy curating a version of yourself that is not free. And then you wonder why you're tired. You wonder why you don't write that book. You wonder why you're 35 or 40 and scared of becoming irrelevant. It simply means we are not just broke in money. We are broke in time, ambition, and joy. And that is very sad. When will you realize that that is an industry that will keep you starving? The beauty industry is a machine, and our insecurity is the fuel. And that's why all over the place they tell us, fix yourself, then you'll be powerful. And you believe them as if you're not powerful just the way you are. But what they really mean is spend more. So who's being fooled here? Subscription lashes, contour kits, baby botox, and they call it self-care. Who told you that's self-care? That's not self-care. That's someone's business. Because real self-care is not bought. It's built from within. You don't invest in a stock that loses value over time. So why do we invest in a version of ourselves, of womanhood, that only thrives when you're young, thin, and silent? Why do that? It's not worth it. We need to start rebuilding value from scratch. Okay? You need to see yourself beyond beauty. Okay? When I turned 35, I stopped spending money just to be seen. And I started building systems to be free. So I redirected my beauty budget to things like therapy, financial coaching, passive income tools, reading more, resting more, and resisting whatever it is that I feel that is not working for me. I started dressing for joy, comfort, and not people's validation. I started investing in assets, real assets, not abs. The real flex here, walking into a room and needing nothing from it. That's pure freedom. Until you see yourself, you just walk in a room, regardless of who's in that room, and you expect nothing. That's sweet and pure freedom. Not seeking attention, not seeking anyone's approval or any applause. Just being me. Because I realized that once you stop performing for power, you start owning it. Anyway, You can't stop someone from being beautiful. But as much as you keep investing in your beauty, you need to have an exit plan. I'm not sitting here to teach girls to stay beautiful. I want to teach them to be sovereign. I want them to see beauty as one currency, not the only one. Beauty is not the only currency out here. There's more to life than just beauty. Okay? There's also things like intelligence, strategy, community, and boundaries. Because beauty might open doors for you. I won't dispute that. But your values, your boundaries, your intelligence, they walk you through. Okay? So if all you have to offer is just your beauty, and that door opens, you won't last long. Because they'll come to realize, oh, so this is what we call beauty with no brains. You don't want that. So don't just invest in your beauty. Invest in other currencies. Your discipline builds the empire, and your mind, my dear, keeps it. So if you've ever felt like your value is dropping just because your skin changed, your weight shifted, or your smile faded due to different circumstances, I need you to remember this. You, my dear, were never the product. You are the power. If this message moved you, don't just like it, live it. Subscribe for more radical financial truth-telling. And of course, don't forget to comment below and tell us, what did beauty give you and what did it take away from you? I am Miss Wangui Muithathi, your personal finance and investment coach, and I'll see you in the next video.